I'd also like to take this opportunity to recognize Dr. Greg Stratman for his 6 years of service on the Board of Education. Tonight commemorates the end of his tenure on the board, and we'll do a couple things. First, we'll go out in front, and I get to hand you a certificate and a plaque, and then you'll get to say a few words, like everyone else has been recognized. And then we'll let the board say some things individually about their experience and service with you. And then we'd like to get a composite picture with you and the board members. So I personally have come to very much, I've always appreciated your intelligence and your sense of humor, but when we get in the intimate meetings, the sense of humor comes out a little bit more. So I've appreciated that very much. This is a hard job to do and a hard job that you all do, and as I've said before, it's the highest calling of public service, and you do it for no pay, and I know that people appreciate you, and I know that I certainly have appreciated your leadership on our school board, and thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's go around and we'll get pictures. I've got a plaque to commemorate your service and a certificate of appreciation.
We can call you Dr. Mr. Master one more time.
Distinguished.
Mr. Master, Doctor.
Not distinguished.
Oh, I thought you were distinguished.
One that
I like your
30
distinguished.
Maybe while he stands there, before he talks, we have to talk first.
Do I need to talk from here?
Well, you can talk. You're still in charge. You can
Wherever you want.
talk. It'd be nice if the board could kind of reflect a little bit on probably. So
We'll let him speak first.
Okay.
Keep our powder dry.
I have enjoyed my time on the board. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve the district, to serve the patrons, to serve the kids. I have enjoyed getting to know my fellow members of the school board. 6 years ago, I read an article in the Daily News that said there were 2 openings on the board and no one had filed. And that was the first time it ever crossed my mind to run for school board. So I filed. I had no agenda. I'll admit to maybe a bit of skepticism, but largely just a desire to serve. People who know me know I have a background in both parochial and public education. I think they're all important, but I think it's always in the vital interest of every community to have strongest public schools possible, because the vast majority of our kids will always be educated through public schools. 6 years later, I'm leaving with a strong respect and admiration for this district's leadership. I think, rest assured, and I'll speak to the entire community here, rest assured that when decisions in this district are made, they're made in the interest of kids at all times, and they're made in the interest of being conservative with public funding, which is how we run. I know that it's a tough job trying to make the entire public happy. That will never happen, but I can rest assured that the decisions made are thought through, are made collaboratively, and are good decisions. The one thing I would also tell people out there is I urge people to run for this board. I think we have too few elections for this board. A district like Rolla's district and a town like Rolla, we should have more elections. It's nice to save money by not having contested elections, but I would like to urge more interest in people to run for this board. It is very, very worthwhile. And I leave particularly happy that Mrs. Haskell is going to continue the focus on family engagement with the book study we had this year. That has been sort of a pet aspect of mine for a long time, about engaging families as best we can. And we all know we have a solid district, but one area we really can do some good things in is engaging some of the families that have not in the past yet been engaged to the level they need to be engaged. So that's an ongoing challenge. So that's really all I have to say. I've enjoyed the time, and I will miss it, but not that much.
Is that a quote for RD?
Yes, there you go.
Just ended RD with "I'll miss it."
Yeah.
You don't have to put that in the front.
No, I will miss it.
You'll miss that,
It's-
won't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll miss you.
No, you know, the hardest thing to face really is, you know, not being in the know of what's going on with the district and not being involved in making decisions. And I've been a member of the facilities committee that's putting together our next 10-year plan. And the only time I really had an inkling of regret not having run was during our last facilities meeting when we were talking about all the things. And I thought, boy, it would be fun to be around making those decisions on the future. But I'll be around and still be involved in any way that I possibly can. I've enjoyed being on the MSBA board too. I've got one more meeting there, and so yeah, I'll miss it.
Great. Well, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, thank you. I would like to say, I appreciate you really championing the fact that we should do a book study and that we should be involved with family engagement. And we learned what that was, really, through our last book, and I credit you for doing that. And when I see you on the street, I'll call you a former graduate.
Okay.
RHS. Corrected us on that there are no former graduates.
That's right. That's right. And I guess to explain that fully, we used to be told that when we were hiring someone who had graduated from Rolla High, it was listed as this person's a former graduate. And after about 2 years of letting that kind of make my skin crawl, I finally said, you know, they're not former graduates, they're graduates. We didn't take their diplomas away from them. So anyway, that's
That's your legacy.
yes, that's my legacy, former graduate. So.
Well, I know this isn't going to be your last bit of service to the community because you've always been involved, and I'm sure you'll continue to be involved. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. You bet.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Enjoyed working with you.
You bet. Thanks. Thank you.
We'll look for you. You could still serve as a community member in lots of ways, right?
I could, yes.
Bus
Yeah.
driver,
We have to get up awfully early for that. Yeah, I work from home, you know, and so.
And Greg, I've really just appreciated just getting to know you better, and you have brought so much to this board. You know, just your intelligence, the way you thought things, and the way you question things. I feel like I've learned a lot from you, and I really appreciate that. And you have made me laugh a lot. And like Dr. Zala said, sometimes that humor is just what makes everything kind of great, and then we can all refocus on what, the seriousness of the situation. So I truly appreciate that.
Thanks.
And I am going to miss that a lot.
And I'll miss working with you.
Yeah,
I've got to know you better,
Yeah.
so. All right, thank you all very much.
Go get a picture.
Um,
We have to get a picture.
Well, let's do the questions